Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. As you know that we have developed a fully model for accounting the language faculty that is produced by every individual, every human being. Even the child that is even the child that is only the 2 years old. And we have now come to the point that is the sentence level, and in this video we will determine that what is the clausal head, mean what is the clausal head, that if we say that is the sentence, can we use the term the sentence for the clause. In this video we will tell you what is the clausal head. As you know that in the previous model, in the phrase structure rule, we have said that S mean sentence consists of two items, NP and VP. And in this diagram, we will determine that either our sentence consists of the N and the second module that we have developed in the model within the government and binding theory. Let's move toward our data, and moving forward to data, I want to tell you that if you are new in our channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for more updates if you want to know about language and linguistics. Now see what is the data and what is the problem. See, this is our final structure that we have reached the level, the IP level, inflectional phrase that mark the tense, that mark the finite clause, that mark a non-finite clause. This is the inflectional phrase. And if over the inflectional phrase we can use the sentence, and if we can use the sentence at the clausal level, our theory must fulfill what our theory says. Our theory says that every layer consists of the three items, that is the minimal level, the intermediate level, and the maximum level. If we consider that the clausal head is S, it means this position must be filled by some head. If we don't put at this place some head, our theory will not be fulfilled and our principle will not be fulfilled, and that will not be our model. And see the data. We have the multiple clauses in the sentences, in the languages. See what are the multiple clauses. We even English we use the sentence just like this. He said that John writes a letter. This is the natural sentence, and the natural English speaker speaks this type of sentence. If we say he asked if John writes a letter, this is also the natural sentence. And if we say does John write a letter, this is also a sentence. And we even say that he was anxious for her paper. And we have the four example, and in the four example we have the two clauses, and either our clausal head is S or something else. In this video we will construct that the clausal head is what. Our theory says that if we generate any projection, it must fulfill the endocentricity principle. And what endocentricity principle states? Endocentricity principle states that the phrase must have the head, and that head must be some items. The item can be null. This is our head. And see the example. What is the example and what the example tells us? Example tells us that this is the class, and if we consider that this is our IP, and what is this? If we take John writes a letter, this is our IP, and what is this? Here we have the item, that is that, and if we say He asked if John writes a letter. We have the IP. What is the set of if? And if we say, does John write a letter? We have another problematic example, because in this example we have the interrogativeness. And if we say he was anxious for her paper, in this example we have the two clauses for her paper. At this place the case of for is accusative case. The case of he is nominative case. What is assigning her the case? The accusative case. Mean we have the word for. This is the preposition. But at this place, this is not the preposition. All these are our functional words. This tells us that this clause is the declarative clause and this is the finite clause because it has some other clause. And the system of language is recursive system. Before that we have another clause and that will be our recursive system. If we say he asked, if tells us this is the interrogative clause, but if we say this is the interrogative clause, this is the indirect question. In traditional language we will use the direct and indirect. This is our question, but the clause is clause is finite clause, but this clause is interrogative clause. And if we say, does John write a letter? This is also our sentence, but this is the interrogative sentence. And but at this place, what has marked the interrogativeness? And if we say he was anxious for her paper, and what assign the case to her? Because it has the functional word, that is the for. It means that the status of that, if, and here the null status, and here the for, it has similar properties because these are the words that mark the clausal force. And for constructing, if we construct the clausal force, we need some head, some intermediate projection, and some maximal level. And we can account for this problem saying this, because here C is the complementizer. It takes IP as a complement, and our theory will fulfill, and our principle will also fulfill that. It has the three projection level: head level, intermediate level, and maximal level. And if we say the interrogative clause, this is the head and this is the specified position, and this head has certain properties. The point is that C takes IP as a complement because C has the force, the feature of force, and the feature of marking the interrogativeness, the declarativeness, the finiteness, the non-finiteness. This is the force, the potential of the head C, and it will project the three level. And in this way, this structure fulfill the principle, that our principle says that every head consists of the three level, and our expert theory also says that head takes some complement and head project at the maximal level. And in this way, we can say that CP, our causal head, our causal projection is the CP, and CP consists of C bar and C, the head. And the structure of these sentences will be just like this. This is the head C that marks the force of the embedded IP. And if we say if is also the C, it marks the force of the whole embedded clause. If we say does, at this place we have the null head because the place of the head is null. And this C triggers the does and takes at its head position. And if we say for her, and here for her paper is non-finite clause, and here for takes place the head position C, and here C for marks the embedded clause, and that clause is the non-finite clause because this clause doesn't have any specified position field with overtly. So we can say that this is our embedded clause and this is our CP clause interrogative, and this is our the CP clause, this is the interrogative finite clause, and this is the declarative clause, and this is the CP level. And here this V selects the CP as a complement, and then there is the recursive system that generates the natural sentences, what we speak, what the children speak, what the everybody within the language speaks. This is the solution, and in this video I will tell you that what is our causal head, and we have constructed that our causal head is not S, rather our causal head is C. And if we take C as our causal head, C must project the three projection level: the head level, the intermediate level, and the maximal level. Because if it does not project the three level, our principle and our theory will not be fulfilled, and our model will generate the ungrammatical sentences. But every human being cannot generate even the one single sentence ungrammatical. So when we generate the model of language, accounting for the language, our model must generate the fully grammatical sentences. This is the point in this video, and if you are new in our channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Thank you.